Game number 2, guys. We have Scarlett up against Symbol, and currently the Canadian player is a 1-0 lead here. Starting to the top right, we have Scarlett. And cross-positioned here on Wolf, and at the bottom left, we have Symbol. And I went a little bit through the statistics for both players. Keep in mind, these are the online statistics, actually. I feel that it's when you look at statistics for players in StarCraft 2, it's really important that you distinguish between online and offline statistics, because it's just a completely different environment and also mindset. Scarlett played a lot more online than Symbol did, and well, if you look at her record in ZVZ, it's not too impressive, to be quite frank with you. In best of threes, she only won 43% of her games, and the recent ones, she lost most of them. She played at the Acer Team Story Cup, where she lost a couple, so that's definitely something where she does not have the best record. But then you look at Symbol's matches, and he played only one series against Snood. That was at the Gigabyte Pro League qualifier. And back then, he actually took it with a 3-0. So, if you just look at the statistics, Symbol should be the much better ZVZ player here online. And also, of course, he has quite a lot of experience playing offline ZVZ, since he was up against Roro in the GSL finals that Roro then won, and played a lot of ZVZs in this season as well. At this point, we have now the second game between the two of them, and both players are starting with a 15 hatch this time. I talked a little bit in game number 1 about how you pay a bit of rock, paper, scissors in the early game, that there are different builds that count out each other quite well. And right now, with such a huge map being the second map in the series, both go into the 15 hatch. This is something that you can really safely do. We even have... we have very similar builds. You see it at the production tab. This is kind of exactly what both players have been doing for quite some time right now. In the last game, Scarlett with the Mutalist tech got into a very good position and was able to deny the third base of Symbol over and over again. If you happen to do that in a ZVZ, in a Mutalist versus Mutalist game, you are guaranteed to win the game unless you really screw up big time. And Symbol knew that, so Symbol didn't even wait for the entire game to unfold. He knew already when his third had to be cancelled twice, and there was a third base for Scarlett, that he would never be able to catch up in the Mutalist count, and that this game was basically over, which is why he GG'd and left the game. Game number 2, therefore, might be a completely different ball game. We're gonna find out what Symbol is going to do here against Scarlett. If he doesn't take it here, then he will drop to the consolation match, and Scarlett would advance in the group. This is, of course, like the best scenario for our Canadian, for the foreign hope here. It's actually the only foreigner that we have if you count Mexet being a Chinese player, not as foreigner. Which he kinda is, because foreigner usually relates to only Koreans. Let's say she's the only non-Asian in the group. Asians are cheating a little bit, especially Koreans. It's like Koreans are like born with a built-in APM meter, I don't know, something like that, just with more skill. It's kinda incredible. So always made fun of, back in Warcraft 3 we always made fun of people, like if someone was actually like Korean German or Korean US, it's like, yeah, well, that doesn't count, you're cheating, you have like the Korean genes, you're per default already a better player than all of us here. So Koreans are amazing StarCraft players. This is of course mostly true because of the infrastructure that we have here in Korea, but they've been dominating esports for a long time, especially in RTS. If you look at games like StarCraft, Brood War, StarCraft 2, in Warcraft 3 also very strong. So yeah. Okay, so let's find out what exactly is going to happen in this game. Right now, if you compare the Harvester count, they are very similar. Symbol starts to be a little bit aggressive, but he's not going for any kind of massive push that Hyun really loves at 15 Harvesters or anything like that. We have Symbol also going into the lair take a little bit faster than his opponent. But the dedication to Zerglings is huge for both players here. So we will have those Ling and Baneling fights at the early game. One cancelled on the Baneling already, but now the Zerglings for Scarlett spawn too. She has the Spinecrawler in the back here, so she can really work with that. And she's going into lair, of course she has to. Oh wow, that was so close. Scarlett, by the smallest of margins, able to keep her Zerglings alive here. Ah, I say it, and all of them die, and Symbol is taking down the Queen too. This is a sick lead here for Symbol. It's not game winning, but it's definitely something that gives him not only the better production, but also a bit more map control. And he had the fast attack into lair already. So that gives him now a very good position in the game. Really, really well done. Bottom left of the map, the lair tech is done, and let's see what exactly Symbol has of his mind. And it's gonna be this Spire. Yeah, the Lings are now en route to the bottom left. Scarlett is trying to just make up for the losses that she just suffered, especially of course for the Queen, but nice defense so far by Symbol and a much faster attack into Spire. Scarlett is going down the same road, so you will once again see the battle for gas and for third. And, well, this time Symbol has the better position. Let's just put it like this. But the third base is going to be the crucial part. Who takes it first? Who gets the extra gas? Who will be able to deny gas with Lings? Maybe run by, snipe a hatch, get the better fight? Or will one of them actually chicken out here, go into the Spore Crawlers and then try to make a transition happen? Could definitely be the case. We could see both of it, but the Zerglings are just trying to dance around each other. This dance of death that we usually have. And yeah, with the Baneling gone, it's of course a bit of a different story. Injects are spot on for both players. Here comes the third for Scarlett, a little bit faster. Has not been spotted actually. Symbol doesn't know it. Should find that out in a few seconds though, and here come those Zerglings. Can the Banelings hold it though? The Zerglings immediately with the attack. Here comes the rest of Scarlett's units trying to defend. Symbol of course also getting his own third up. Comes the Baneling in. +1 armor upgrade for Symbol is being used right now. Comes with the Harvest account. Both of them very similar. Here come those Banes. And trying to go in. Nice defense so far by Scarlett. Symbol still with Banelings though, but most of them have already been negated, and that was the important part. But now there are way too many Zerglings, and Scarlett will have to cancel, and that's exactly what happens. Symbol, the man who's calling the shots right now, takes a lead in overall supply, has the base to the bottom left, immediately goes for the double extractors here. This is really good for Symbol right now. He's just solidifying the lead that he took early on already, and Scarlett isn't even getting the +1 armor upgrade, so once the upgrade hits, that will give Symbol such a sick advantage in the game. The Mutalisk count is already at 8 to 11, so Symbol will be a little behind in the Mutalisk count, but when the gas has been taken, he can make up for that, and this armor upgrade is so crucial that it can really, really kill Scarlett here in the long run. She is 1-0 in the series. This is a best of 3, so it's not like she's completely out of the run just yet if he drops this, if she drops this map. But it's definitely not what she wants at this point. At the bottom left, we have now the Lings doing a lot of damage against those drones, and that's exactly what Scarlett wants. So actually, this was a good move that gives you a little bit more time to catch up. But still, there's gas already being mined, drones being produced and sent over to the third base. And of course Symbol knows that he has an advantage here. He knows that he is ahead, and he's already streaming across the map with the Mutalisk that he has. And we have now, in regards to the Mutalisk count, both of them at a very similar number. Symbol a little bit behind, but that armor upgrade is going to kick in any second, and as soon as it does, Scarlett is in trouble, and she knows it. The Mutalisk numbers for Symbol will soon be her equal. And here we go. +1 is done, and that's the time when Symbol is most likely going to say, well, you know what? That's fine. I'm going to take that fight. That's completely cool, especially now with 15 to 15. So, yeah, Symbol should know what's going on here, and he should actually try to make that advantage work in his favor. Dropping those additional Spore Crawlers, I would really like him to be a bit more aggressive here. That's something that he can do. And he's still dancing around with those Mutalisks, trying to find an opening here, going for the +1 attack upgrade, playing that a little bit more safe. I don't think he realized that Scarlett didn't get the armor upgrade, and how would he? But he should realize with a click that she is still without a single upgrade whatsoever, and that he has a chance of fighting here. But he can also see on the production tab that Symbol is just pulling ahead in the overall supply, and the Mutalisk numbers are also now at least for now in his favor for a few seconds, 22-22, so he will still win a direct fight, and he has that +1 attack upgrade also coming up. A few Lings at the bottom launch, once again trying to do damage, but Symbol is on top of it, but he's kind of squandering that advantage that he has a bit, and he is actually transitioning out now. He's going into the Hydra Den and the Infestation Pit. I think he could have made more happen here. But he's the one who now decides to add additional tech, drones up heavily, and goes into Infestors with Hydralisks. Might be something that Scarlett is not prepared to face just yet, but in terms of Mutalisk fights, even with those additional upgrades, she will now be the one who will win a direct fight between the two of them. At this point, both of them with the armor upgrades, and Scarlett with much better Mutalisk numbers. But it's really all coming down to the transition that Symbol is now trying to make work for himself. So let's see how Scarlett can do with this. Moving in, second armor upgrade coming up for Scarlett. She's heavily committing to this. And she is at 30 to 28 Mutalisks. Splits are going to be important once those Infestors come out, but the path-switching glance upgrade is not done just yet. One-shotting the Overlords here and immediately supply blocking Symbol, who just cancels that base as the drones is moving in. We already had those Mutalisks in a really good position. Another one being sniped. Ooh, that is getting dangerous. And with Mutalisk numbers like this, she can actually start to snipe Spore Crawlers. And that is gonna be tricky. Well, that hatch has to be cancelled. And he knows it, of course. Oh my god, is she committing to that? 32, and she's getting another 6 and the plus 2 armor upgrade. Now, she could actually try to take another base. But she's happy with what she got. The problem for her is really, as soon as she clumps up those Mutalisks and a chain fungal hits, the game is over. That is what's going to happen here. If she is not careful, she needs to spread like a boss, or she is going to lose this. But now we have suddenly those Lings moving in, and they could do a lot of damage to the Spores, to the Queen, and also to the rest. Immediately, of course, Symbol sends over his own units, but that exposes his fourth, and here come those Fungals. Oh my god. She is getting fungal like crazy. And the Mutalisks are moving in with another chain fungal. Oh, she gets away. Symbol, what did you just do? The new regeneration on the Mutalisk is gonna help Scarlett out so much now. That could have been game ending. That could have been game right there. But with a new regeneration, those Mutalisks, they will completely heal. He didn't kill a single one, I think. A little bit of action going to the right side of the map. But that was, in the end, nothing else but a huge waste of energy. Oh my god, look at that regeneration here. They are already all the way up to the yellow, some of them back to the green. This is really, really annoying now. Third base had to be cancelled here. Symbol moving in, but Scarlett now trying to chase down. And where are those splits? Oh, there are also Hydras. Has to be careful here. Symbol still with the lead, and he has the fourth base now completed. Also the added gas. Scarlett knows that. Most of their Mutalisks are once again in the green. Can she make that happen though? Banelings, that's gonna be the crucial part here. Why is that? Because the Banelings can take down the Mutalisks, she wishes. The Banelings can take down the Hydralisks if they roll in, and maybe even the Infestors. But it all comes down to the splits. Splits are everything. She needs top 3 control right now. Canadians are famous for that. Scarlett not so much. More like, here comes the fungal on the Banelings and also on the Mutalisk. The Banes in the back trying to make it happen. But this looks like game. Another fungal should hit home here. And the Mutalisk numbers for Scarlett are just not what she needs. Another fungal not there yet. But if she traded not too bad there. But still not cost efficient. And Lings to the top right, running into the main base as it happens. An attempt to evacuate a few, but now we have an attempted snipe on the lair. Scarlett is falling a little bit apart here now. We have also the fourth base to the right side of the map, not ready just yet. The lair will be saved, but Symbol is on 4 bases now. He has 156 supply, mining like a monster, going into this transition here, and this just doesn't look good at all. This just doesn't look good for Scarlett. It looks like we are gonna see another game between the two of them. 3 bases against 4. I don't count that just yet because there's just no saturation at this point. But with the army in the middle of the map and having an army supply of 118 against 15-1, this is quite transparent who is going to take this map, if not for a massive blunder. Could just move in and try to end it here. A few Spore Crawlers at home would do the job to defend against the Mutalisks. Here comes one fungal. Might be able to get another one. Yeah, and he gets it. 2 more Mutalisks will die here. And Scarlett is moving in, but there's already another Spore Crawler. Symbol is building more of those. This game is over. 80 supply lead now. 80 supply, and this army just can't be stopped. Not by Scarlett, not by what she has. If you look at the unit counting station and at the army supply, this game is done with, and we are going to see a third game between the two Zerg players here. Yeah, there's just no doubt in my mind anymore. If those Banelings roll into the Hydras, then yes, but with those, I just don't see it happening. That's the thing, I just don't see it happen with all those Infestors that we have here. And the Roaches at the front are also taking damage, as you can see. So this is not looking like Scarlett could do anything about it. And also Symbol very just patient, making this choke point work in his advantage. But actually a few of those Banelings get through, but it's not enough. There are not enough of them, and this is something that Scarlett knows. 90 supply against 150, the GG has been dropped, and we are going into game number 3.